Here is our mini video on cognitive development in adolescence. So the growth spurt that the teens are starting to go through is going to be equaled in their brain. So that is a big thing. There's a growth spurt happening in the brain as well. But I do want to mention that there is a specific part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, that you want to be familiar with. It is what is involved in their decision-making behavior, their planning, their evaluating, their impulse control. This is not completely developed until early 20s. So this might help explain why you see, to say it not so nicely, a lot of dumb behavior, a lot of poor choices, because they just aren't fully developed in terms of that piece of their brain, which is very important in making those proper decisions. We're going to revisit Piaget, and in Piaget, we're looking at the formal operations period. So during this period, you're going to see the ability to think hypothetically and abstractly without actually having to touch and manipulate the materials. They started at about 12. Full capacity should unfold between 12 and 15. However, it's important to note that not everyone achieves full operational skills. So not every person has the full development of the stage. Actually, you might recognize this in some of your classmates even. About 25 to 50% of college students don't actually make it fully through the stage. So those are some important things to note. When we look at what the consequences of this stage is, I'm experiencing this now, very much so. Teenagers are much more analytical in their thinking. They are questioning their parents and authority figures because they're thinking more argumentatively. They're thinking more abstractly and hypothetically. What if happened? They're going to poke holes in the explanations of others. It looks like backtalk. It looks like they are challenging you. They're using critical thinking. So it's definitely a very challenging sign of cognition, but it's definitely showing that they're growing cognitively. I had to tell myself that today, very much so. Some of the things that we are seeing, again, revisiting Piaget, is adolescent egocentrism. So we talked about it in the child, or the young child, who they're only focusing on one aspect of something. They only see the world through their own eyes. Very true of adolescence as well. What happens then is they become very critical of people who are in charge. They do not accept criticism, and they're very quick to find issues with other people. So this definitely helps us understand why they often think that they are the focus of everyone's attention. So everyone would notice that they are having a bad hair day, or everyone would notice that they have a small pimple, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of egocentrism that is occurring in adolescence. Two examples are the imaginary audience, where they tend to think that they are on stage, that they are the one who everyone is watching. Again, the bad hair day, or the small pimple, or God forbid someone wear the same dress to prom, those sorts of things. Personal fable, on the other hand, is that the adolescent is very unique, that no one else understands. Believe me, parents, I remember being the kid thinking that my parents didn't understand me, because obviously I was so different than them, and my life was so different than theirs. Now, I do agree that there is some cultural differences due to technology and due to just a lot of societal things, but you definitely see this whole, no one understands me. The other thing that goes along with this is you have an invincibility feeling that nothing can happen to you. It could happen to someone else, but not you. So this also does go into their risky behavior or risky choices. Thanks so much for joining me on here, and we're going to move in to another one shortly. Thanks, guys.